Hello everyone. I've got a few new things, but the first thing I really want to show off is this back shelf thing. You can see I've stacked some silver on it, Mexican coins, a bunch of different coins I can feature in it. To me, it just looks a little bit cleaner and stuff than what I had before. I want to clean things up a little bit. Now, these really don't need the paper thing. It's like a custard cup. It's an Anchor Hawking dish. Got it at Dollar General for 90 cents, which for a name brand like Anchor Hawking is not bad. Now I want to stick this kind of silver in it instead of leaving it in all these annoying Ziploc bags that are sometimes really hard to open. I've got a few random little bags of U.S. constitutional silver to put in them. These are all going to hold quite a bit, so that's one thing I did get new. Now let's show what I bought today. There'll be a video for this 1903, and it's an Orleans mint one, which I thought might be an upgrade to the one I have before, but looking at my video, I'm not sure this one's going to be better or not. Then, if you've ever seen Eisenhower's that they call blue, it's referring to the fact that they were sold in a blue envelope like this that says, this one's a 1974 Eisenhower uncirculated silver dollar. Now, they usually have at least one piece of cardboard, and they come in this kind of a container. So, and this says on here, if I can just get it right, uncirculated silver dollar Eisenhower. Now, these aren't terribly, valuable, but it's worth right about $8 on melt at recent prices. It's got the earth in the background. The eagles landed. It's kind of a neat thing. Now, this is brown Eisenhower dollar. It comes in the hard pack. The hard pack is a GSA type box. But that's the two new things I got today, plus the shelf. Now, what this allows me to do is I can set up a bunch of stuff up here and just bring it down for a quick look at. Like this Cinco pesos and some of these 1 ounce silver rounds, which this selling ship's cool one. It's a constitutional mint, which is no longer around. I think they turned into the Liberty Mint, and then who made this, I believe, was the Liberty Mint. No, it's an A mark, sorry. But it says Liberty Silver on it. So I don't know. But anyway, the shelf allows me to set this stuff up here. And then I can pull it down for display real quick. These are just Morales pesos. They're 10% silver. They're big coins, but if I'm doing my math right, and you buy these for stacking, you'll need about 20, I think, to make 1 ounce of silver. So, I mean, it's not that much silver in them. So that's really not a great thing to stack because you'll be taking up a lot of space. But I like it. And the thing is, I want to get one from every year. So I have a small supply of these mini coins, which is what all these are. There's 8, 9, 10 of them maybe. Some of them say a little beer money. It's the older style coins. And some are the more modern coins. Whoever done the work on these little die to make these did pretty good though. I mean, the Walking Liberty, the Standing Liberty, they look quite a bit like the bigger coins. I'll just show you real quick. That's the Morgan dollar one. And it has a date on it. It looks like 1878. And it is. Then it has the Walking Liberty, the Standing Liberty. This one has a Roosevelt dime in it instead of the Mercury, and a modern Lincoln penny. I think a few of these have Indian pennies. I don't know if I have one here like that now, and some of them have the Mercury dime design in it, and some I think have Buffalo nickels. I don't know if any of the ones I have right here do. I have a few more of them. I just don't know exactly where they are. This one has the Mercury dime design right there, and it also has the Indian penny right there, and a Buffalo nickel. So this one has all the older coins, while some of the other ones have mixtures. But there's, it looks like 10 sets there, and I have more. But the guy who I bought them from is no longer around, so look at this real quick. It's an 1878 Morgan dollar with 8 tail feathers. It's neat too. There's another 1903, but it's not Orleans. It says Full Liberty on it, which I can see it. Best looking one of these I've seen. 20 centavos Mexican coin. I'm not even sure what all's in this stack of stuff. Oh yeah, this coin. It says Netherlands over here. 1964, 2.5 Gulden or Guilders or Git. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be an R and N. I mean, besides knowing that the amount of silver it is, when I bought it, melt was 810 on this coin, so I got it for 765, so it was below melt, which is kind of neat. Now, someone wrote 750 silver here, but I've also heard it's supposed to be 720. 750 or 720 don't really matter to me because you're talking about just over a third of an ounce of silver in this. And then this is the Silver Jubilee. They did make a silver edition, but this one's just gold plated. And it's not enough gold to make it worth anything. Probably should have been more than that was. This is a button that AG Stacker sent me a while back. It's a 10-gram silver button, hand poured, 3/9 fine silver. I really like this thing quite a bit. Like I said, I just grabbed a stack of stuff out of the storage. There's a few nicer looking Mercury. That one's not so nice. This one is kind of nice looking. These were in my one dime box, and I want to put these away. These two at least, because these two are pretty nice. They're not, and then I got 3 common Roosevelts. One that looks pretty close to being uncirculated, and a couple that are definitely circulated. By the way, when I went to my coin dealer today, he had a couple bags with Mercury or Roosevelt dimes, and about 4 bags of Roosevelt dimes, and they were all priced less than what online stores are asking for them. By online, I mean the bullion dealers. who always seem to have their price, and it's always seemed to be more than what you really want to pay for it. This towel isn't laying flat enough. It's not keeping the sticker down, but oh well. I didn't want to go live too much longer, but that's what I wanted to cover. I did make a video about this, and you can see where the copper is worn off of this zinc penny that's copper plated. A lot of them are going to start looking like that because the thickness of the copper is pretty thin. On a circulating coin, it'll eventually start wearing out. And they'll be really ugly because bright copper looks way better than copper with parts of zinc showing. But that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. This new shelf system. And by the way, go check out AG Stacker 1776 channel, Old Country Coin Collector, and Frosty. They're friendly channels with me that I actually got mail from, and they sent me these stickers. No one else has sent me one, but that's okay. One of these days I'm thinking about getting a sticker made, and I know exactly how I want it to look. And then there's this last little bit of stuff to show before I shut down. There's some friends of mine who are going live later on. I want to get involved in their, live where they're doing their live thing, because they are doing auctions and stuff. Anyway, this is 1907, kind of worn, 1 peso US. We made it for the Philippines. Now, we understand a lot of these got thrown into Manila Bay to prevent the occupiers in World War II from getting these, because it's silver, and they didn't want them to get any silver. Haven't yet had time to flatten these staples, and I highly recommend doing this. You put this in another box or alongside of other coins that are in better shape than this one is, the staple could catch the other coin and rip the plastic cover here, or even cut the coin a little. I'm surprised this guy didn't have his stuff down flattened either. This is a 45 peso I got from Rockville Coin Shop. It's 720 silver. It's got the Liberty cap, along with all the rays coming off of it. This is a neat design, by the way. It's 720 silver. Does look like a slight ding of some sort there, but it might just be, appears to be a scratch. This one had a hole drilled in it, but it's a little bit older. It's a 35. It's 720 silver too. It's almost 4/10 of an ounce of silver. This one's a little less because of the hole. This last coin is another Mexican coin that's almost uncirculated. It might even grade mint state, but it's a nickel coin, and nickel coins don't have a whole lot of value. There's a little piece of dust or something stuck in my loop. I have to fish that out of there later. But it does say BU on it, and it kind of looks really uncirculated. Again, flatten these staples out. You can buy a stapler that does these flat, but not everybody has them, obviously. In fact, very few people have them, because it seems like almost all these things I ever get, or at least around here, and at coin shows even, they don't have the staples flattened. And I always like to do it but it'll take a long time to get around to doing all the coins I have that I want to have these flattened. And someday I might sell some of this stuff in the future. So I want it to be in the shape it is today in the future. I don't want it to get dinged up. By the way, you can get these pliers like this from, I think this came from, it's a Stanley. Might have came from Walmart. It's not a very expensive pair of pliers. I think it was $3 maybe. Might have been on sale, buy two for, you get them for $2 a piece or something. I didn't actually buy it. My brother bought it and gave it to me. He kept the other one. That flattens all them out. And that one too. This one that came from AG Stacker, the button, he already flattened that one. So what am I going to do now? This thing, I need to flatten it too. It's going in my box. My box of Morgans. Maybe. Maybe I won't. It is something I like to show. You don't see them very often. The 8-tail feather edition Morgan dollar. This one's not the greatest shape. Got this gunk on it. If it was in a little bit better shape, it'd probably be over $100. That's kind of how this had a staple up here, but it's gone. Don't know why. Maybe someone want to look at the reading on the edge. Who knows? But that's kind of what I wanted to do with this. Go live a little bit and show off this shelf system. Like I said, it's like a spice rack to put in a kitchen cabinet, but I'm repurposing it for this just because, well, I bought it and I can do with it what I want. And that's what I want to do. 1909P and another one. These are not VDB ones. They've been more expensive. First year, the Lincoln Wheat Penny. The VDB versions are a little bit more expensive than these. But I'm live way earlier than I usually go live, and no one's joined in on the chat. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go, and I hope you have a good night. And like I said, go check out AG Stacker's 1776, Old Country Coin Collector, and Frosty. And I'm also going to give a shout out to Addicted to Minis because he's been doing a lot of videos and reacting to stuff that I show, and I've been reacting to stuff that he shows. And I've got more reactions for him. All he has to do is make a couple more videos, and I'm sure we'll have some kind of discussion about it. But have a good night, and we'll see you next time.